Hi Virgo, this is Teresa. Welcome to November. I'm getting ready to do your reading for November. And I want to call in some good energy for this reading. Create some sacred space. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for taking the time out to leave comments. I really appreciate the comments and I read all of them. And also for those of you who've ordered readings, thank you for your business. I appreciate your business. And so let's see what's happening for Virgo. We have a full moon in Taurus on November 4th, and that happens in your 9th house, the house of publishing, long distance travel, media, education, higher education. And then we have a new moon in Scorpio at the November 18th, and that's falling in your 3rd house. So this is a good time for some type of communication or technology project. So if you have a website or you want to do a launch, this might be a good time to do it. It could bring in some extra funding. As you have Venus going through your 2nd house, that's bringing in money to you. So publishing and communications, that's going to be the focus of November for Virgo. And also money, bringing in some money. And if you're involved in a relationship, you have Neptune going through your 7th house, you could be forming a creative partnership with someone. That would be the best use of the energy. Neptune can be your, meeting a soulmate. It could also bring illusions or deception. So you have to be sure that you're not idealizing your partnerships when Neptune's in the 7th house. Just make sure you're seeing things realistically. And Virgo is pretty down-to-earth, realistic, practical. So I think out of all the signs, you'll be able to see the truth. You're not really one of these, not one to get caught up in fanciful thinking. So I think for you, it'll probably be more of a creative partnership and a healing, spiritual type of connection. So let's see, what does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for the month of November? What does Virgo need to know about relationships and love for the month of November? Okay, 4 of Cups, Queen of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Tower, the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Empress. Okay. So the 4 of Cups, your current situation, you're feeling a little bit bored with your current situation. So if you're in a relationship, you may be feeling that you're not being valued or appreciated for everything that you do. And you're starting to think, well, maybe I should look for a different, maybe I should see what my options are. Maybe I need to move out of my current situation and see what else is out there. You could be involved with someone who's very, who could be a water sign. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Very sensitive, very intuitive. Maybe this person's a little bit too sensitive at times. You feel that, they get hurt by their feelings get hurt. They're very sensitive. But they're also very compassionate and very caring. You just have to be careful how you talk to them because their feelings get hurt very easily. And they can easily twist what you say and take it as an insult. So this person can be a help to you. This card could also be saying that you need to trust in your intuition more, that you need to follow that inner voice. So if you're not involved with a water sign or someone who fits the personality of the Queen of Cups, which is someone very intuitive, very psychic, very spiritual, very sensitive, if that doesn't represent a person, it could represent qualities within you that you need to tap into. But with the Four of Cups here, something is being offered to you, but you're not sure if you want to accept it. So there could be some partnership there's a potential for partnership, but you're not sure if this person is right for you, or you're not sure if you really want to commit to this person. So you're kind of on the fence. In the past, you have the Six of Pentacles. So this is a card of helping others, giving to others. You've been very giving. You're very service oriented. So you might be working in a field like that has to do with caring for others or healing others. It could be a healing profession, or it could be social work, hospital, or even just counseling. But whatever it is, you give a lot to the people around you. If someone comes to you with a problem, you're always there to help. Even financially. There could be someone around you that you've been helping to support financially. And they may start to become a burden. Maybe you feel like they're taking you for granted, that they're not appreciating, what you bring to the table. Because sometimes with this Six of Pentacles, there could be an imbalance in the giving, where one person's always giving and the other person's always taking. So you have to learn to find the balance between give and take. So if there's an imbalance financially in a relationship, you might decide that this is the month that you have to straighten things out and create something that's more equal. Because, let's see, because Venus is going through your second house, but you also have Uranus in the 8th house. So Uranus represents surprises. So there could be some surprises with a partner's income, or if you were expecting an inheritance or some kind of support financially. With Uranus, you never know what could happen. What happened, you could get a sudden windfall that changes the situation, changes the dynamic. Like all of a sudden money starts coming in. And so now you're able to do things. It'll free you in some way to do things that you weren't able to do before. Or it could be, if it goes the other way, a partner may not be able to support you as they have in the past, and now you have to be the one to bring in more money. So the Page of Wands in the recent past, that could be receiving good news. It can also, in a relationship reading, it could be a new partnership with someone who could be a fire sign. Could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So you may have recently reconnected with someone who is a fire sign, or you're forming a partnership with them. But there could be some kind, I feel like there's an imbalance in the give and take. Like maybe you're doing all the giving and they're not contributing equally. So you have to evaluate that and discuss that. Coming in the future, you have the King of Pentacles. This is a card, this is someone who is, it could be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Whoever this person is, they deal with money and security. They're kind of old-fashioned, and they really are more concerned about their family and security. They don't like taking chances. They don't like taking risks. So this could be someone you've already known in the past. It's not a new relationship. The page could be a new relationship. The King is probably someone you already know, and you might be working with them. Maybe you're going to sometimes the King of Pentacles can represent going to an accountant or a banker, trying to get a business loan. Because I feel like you have this Five of Pentacles here. So you're worried about money a little bit, or you're wanting to make sure that you're financially secure. So you're trying to, there could be something that comes up in the future with the Tower. Some unexpected event that you weren't planning on. But actually, I think it's a positive thing. The Tower sometimes can be, it represents dramatic change, where you you break down and rebuild. So for sometimes it could mean an awakening. You wake up to certain realizations, like you suddenly realize, hey, I didn't see this before, now I see it, and I have to make changes. So the full moon can somehow wake you up to something that you haven't been seeing But it can also bring positive change, because you're no longer wasting your time on something that's like, if you're on the wrong path, the tower will destroy it so that you can rebuild on in a better direction. So if there's some situation where someone is taking advantage of your kindness or taking advantage of your financial support and not really playing fair, that could come to an end. But after that, you can rebuild in a better direction. And you have a lot of support here. I see this Three of Cups. You might be working with a group of women, or if not women, men, you know, just a group of friends. This is the card is three women that are very, it's a card of parties and celebration. So you could be joining together with a group and creating something that can be very, that can bring abundance. Like you're putting a lot of energy into something. And here you're planting seeds with the Seven of Pentacles, and you're waiting for the seeds to grow. So you have this vision, or you have this dream that you want to achieve. And for some of you, it could be having a family, having a child. Because the Three of Cups and the Empress, this is the mother card. And the Three of Cups can sometimes mean a birth, or a birth or engagement. So for some of you, you might be celebrating, children coming into the picture, or creating a home. Like maybe you break out of a situation that's not working, and then you get into something that's a lot more more fulfilling. So there could be someone in your environment, even, because this is your environment. Someone might be celebrating their success. And if you're going through a difficult time with the Tower, you have a lot of support. But the ultimate outcome is the Empress. So I feel that you might decide to branch out in a different direction in a relationship. You might decide to end a relationship that's not working. Some type of partnership, whether it's business or personal. It could be a relationship, or it could be a business partnership. But if something's not working, you're going to wake up to that in November, and you're going to put an end to it. And it may involve a lot of change. And it may make you feel isolated or lonely at times, because you have the Five of Pentacles. You're worried about financial security. You want to get into a secure situation. And you may be feeling like, I'm doing all this by myself. I don't have the support. But you do. You just have to ask for it. Because the Three of Cups here, there are people there for you. They're wanting to help you through this time of change and transition. And you can get there, and whatever new thing that you start to build, because you have that new moon in the third house in Scorpio, that involves communication, technology, the media. So you could develop some kind of, it could be a workshop, a promotional thing related to your business. It's going to be successful, because I see the Empress here. The Empress represents the harvest. So all the hard work that you're doing is going to pay off. And you may find yourself on a new path by the end of the month. You may find yourself doing something brand new. And it's going to change your financial situation. And it may be unexpected. You may have unexpected changes. But the path that you get on after the Tower, when you wake up and you realize where you've been putting the energy, you're going to wake up and realize, I've been putting my energy in the wrong place. I'm not going to, exist in a situation where I'm being undervalued or taken for granted. I am going to make those changes. And once you make that decision and make those changes, you're going to get on the right path, and you have a lot of support. So reach out to your friends. They're there, and your family. Especially because the third house represents relatives, like brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. So you have, and neighbors. You have friends around you that are there for you. They're going to support you. They're going to help you get through this. These changes that you have to make that are long overdue. And once you do that, you're on the right path. The Seven of Pentacles shows, the seeds that you planted are going to give you a great harvest, the Empress. So you're going to be, if you're working on a creative project, it's going to come to fruition. If you're working on some kind of business, promotion, it's going to be very successful. If you're wanting to create more of a family or a home life, the Empress is a card of the mother. So you could, if you want to have a baby, even a child, you could have a child. You could bring a new child into the world. Whatever it is, it's going to be. This is a card of abundance. It's a card of the energies that you put out there that you've been nurturing and developing all this time are finally going to come in, bear fruit. And so it may change your life in a way because it's going to be out of the blue. So with this Tower, the process of the transition may be a little bit crazy while you're under it. Because so like the full moon usually ends things. You come to a culmination or an ending. The full moon brings things to light where your awareness, now you're aware of things. And that it's going to bring about change, because once you have the knowledge that was hidden, once that comes to the surface, you're going to know how to change your life and what direction to go in. And then you're going to have this you're going to get on the path of abundance. Once you stop wasting your energy in a situation where you're giving too much, you might have to set some boundaries and not, give to yourself as well. Like, leave time for you. Maybe you're spending a lot of your energy working too hard, giving to everyone, and you're just exhausted and you need rest. And so sometimes when you work too hard and we don't know how to take time off to rest, we wind up coming down with the flu or something. So then you're forced to rest. So just don't overwork. Virgos have a tendency to, because you want to serve, you have this deep need to serve others. Sometimes you put your own needs aside, and then you wind up affecting your health. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to overwork. You want to take time to rest, take time to give to you, so you have the energy to keep giving to others, because you are you have this healing, natural affinity for healing, health and healing. And because you're such a perfectionist, you go the extra mile. You just do the extra thing where another person might give up. You're going to make sure that everything is done, every little detail is taken care of. So you want to just take some time out to rest during November. But know that you're on a path to greater prosperity. And motherhood, even. Whatever it is that you're giving birth to, whether it's a baby or a project or a new relationship even, it's going to bear fruit. It's going to be prosperous. It's going to bring you abundance. So that's my forecast for November. I hope this reading was a help to you. Let me see with this new moon. You might have, yeah, definitely, the new moon. You have Pluto going through the 5th house. Now Mars is going to square Pluto at the new moon. So and Mars is in your 2nd house. You're really going to be working hard on bringing in more money, bringing in more financially security. That's going to be an issue. You might even argue with someone over money, either argue with a child over money or argue about a financial or some kind of creative project. Maybe a child in your household is demanding too much support and it's draining you financially. It's going to come to it might come to a head with the new moon, where you're going to have to set some boundaries and set some new rules with either a relative, a brother or a sister, even a child. But for the most part, it looks good. You have Venus coming. Venus is supporting your financial situation. And opposing Uranus, you never know what could happen. I mean, anything can happen when Uranus is in the 8th house. Surprises. Surprise fundings could come out of the blue. Something that happens that will free you. Uranus is a freeing aspect. So if you've been afraid of intimacy, Uranus can come along to break you out of that fear. Fear of maybe not being good enough. You have this 5 of Pentacles. That sometimes comes up when we feel like we're not worthy or we're not good enough. Maybe you want to do something and you think, will I be accepted? Can I join this group? Will they see me as a professional? Will they see me? How am I being seen? You might be feeling a little insecure about your abilities. Uranus is coming to blast you out of that limitation so that you can be, you can start bringing in some money. Maybe you have a block about money, what you deserve to be paid. You need to break out of that. So I feel like abundance is coming. Abundance and love and support, and maybe even feeling like you're creating a stable home. But you are going to go through some changes and some wake-up calls on the road to getting there. So anyway, I hope this has been a help to you, Virgo, and I wish you luck and much success in November. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye now.